What up? It's your boy Mo from Mo Beats. How y'all doing today? Today is another episode of the Showlab Producer Podcast. Appreciate everybody that checked out the last one that I did with my son, Kid Litro. It was truly a blessing. The response was great, and I'm glad y'all enjoyed it. Today I'm doing something else special. Someone. Today is a special day. I have the privilege and the honor to have my wife Demaries on the podcast. We have been married for 21 years come November, and she has been my everything besides Jesus Christ. She is my friend, my best friend, my baby mama, my grandmas, my grandsons, grandmama, all those things. She has been my biggest supporter. Matter of fact, she bought me my first real drum machine when I first started. I had a drum machine prior to that, but she bought me my real production drum machine. She bought me a RM1, a Yamaha RM1 machine. And man, she been so many things I can say about her. You know, she is a Proverbs 31 woman, and I am grateful for her. And I would just like to welcome my wife Demaries to the show. How you doing, babe?
I'm doing all right, babe.
All right.
Glad to be here.
Yeah.
It's an honor to finally be a guest on the Showlab. Just kidding.
Oh, Lord. I've been trying to get her on, and she's been running from it. I was surprised she even said she would do it this time. But I appreciate you coming on. Mm-hmm. I know I did an introduction of you, but why don't you tell the people that may be watching who you are and what you do before we get into this talk?
Okay. Well, I think the introduction was good. I'm your wife. Mm-hmm. I'm your bestie, your only bestie.
She is my only friend.
That's the shame, but
it is. I hate to say it, but yes.
No, I don't think he really hates to say it. He's okay with it. But
oh man,
yeah. I am a mother. We have. I always forget. It's so many kids. We have 7 kids.
7 kids.
We have 6 boys. And 1 daughter. Mm-hmm. I've been a single mother before. You know, I'm gonna put it like this: who I am, I love the Lord. Mm-hmm. I want to be the Holy Spirit's bestest friend. I'm trying to do that as much as I can, and I do ministry in every aspect you could think of. I have a heart for serving God in ministry. I think that would be my, if you say who I am. Mm-hmm. I've done youth ministry with my husband for over 20 years. Recently stepped back from youth ministry. I'm the administrator of our small Christian school here at Smoking for Jesus Ministry Christian School. Let's go Eagles!
Oh, that's right, Eagles.
And
fly high.
Yes, and I am a worship leader. Been doing that just as long as I have been saved. So. That's also been about 22 years or so, 23 years. And, those are the main things that I do besides just really wanting to, offer my services and help in any kind of way that I can, whatever way that I can further the kingdom of God. I'm always, looking to be able to do that.
Yeah. Mm. Was she forgot? Well, I guess that's what she do now. But my wife, she is a worship leader, but she's a singer, rapper.
Oh yeah.
Writer. Mm-hmm. And that's what the connection that we had.
Yeah.
Just to kind of give y'all a background how we got together. We both started, in ministry together. Mm-hmm. We were in a rap group by the name of Sound Minds Ministries. Sound Minds Music. And my wife, she was an artist, but she did a lot of the leg work, administrating, booking events and stuff. And then we had another friend of ours, Johnny, which was our best friend, was my best man in our wedding, and a good friend of mine. Johnny was the actual leader, and I was the producer and recording engineer. So between us three, we were like the three musketeers. We was the ones that was kind of, keeping the wheels going. The group Sound Minds was about 15 of us.
Yeah, it was a lot of us.
Yeah, it was a lot of us, you know what I'm saying? So we had a lot of responsibility. So we spent a lot of time, and at that time, she was just Sister Demaries. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't nothing attached to it. Matter of fact, I was married prior to my wife, and I was going through separation and got divorced. And at that time, my wife was just a good friend. Between her and Johnny, they were the ones that, hey, when it was hard, I would just say, hey, man, y'all keep me in prayer. It was very, I don't know if platonic is the right word.
Yeah, no.
It's not? Okay, what it means is we were just friends, and there wasn't nothing attached to that. Is that a word for that?
Yeah, I can't think of it right now.
Okay.
But that was good how you say it. We were just friends.
Yeah, we were just friends, you know what I'm saying? Nothing to that. And through that, we just built a good friendship, you know what I'm saying? Almost maybe 2-3 years prior to us actually believing God was calling us to marry one another. So we had built a firm foundation of friendship prior to that. And then one side, I got divorced. It was like, after I got divorced, I was like, you know what? I'm cool with being married. I'm gonna take care of my children. I'm being single. Being single. I said I'm gonna take care of my children, and I'm gonna do this thing with the Lord. Gonna be me and the Lord. But I guess the Lord had other plans, because then God had started speaking to me about my wife. And now I will say this: I wouldn't have thought that she would have been my wife, because, in our characters, or I guess in our personalities, are totally different. You know what I'm saying? She's very forthcoming and, ready to do it, ready to go for whatever. And I'm pretty chill, so I couldn't see myself. But I guess that's just how God worked, man. In 21 years, we still in love with one another. Really in love. Not just saying I love her, but truly in love. We're good friends. And, that's how we started out. But it was the music that drew us. Yeah. I do, in this season in our lives, we know, we do believe that God is transitioning us to other things. My wife is called to the prophetic, something that God is pressing on her and transitioning her into. And I do believe God is calling me more into a greater evangelistic way. But it was the music that was for the lack of better words, the plug, it was to start to start moving that way. It's very a fate walk, because, you don't see what's down the road. But we just going we are walking this walk together as God lead and guide us. So I wanted to do this episode. I want to do this today, something I had been wanting to do for a while. I want to bring my wife on because, for y'all that know, I am a music producer, and I thought it would be great to hear what has it been like for her as me being a producer. I would say that, from my point of view, I've been doing music. I've been producing for almost 22 years, and that has been a lot of sacrificing that I think that my wife has had to make in regards to me doing music. A lot of adjustments. I know in the beginning it was very hard, but then as time went on, it kind of smoothed. I think it kind of smoothed out. You know what I'm saying? I think when she realized and I don't want to put words in her mouth, so I'm gonna let her speak on that. But from my point of view, I think when she realized this is something serious, I think she gave me the grace to do it. I don't know. I don't want to put words in her mouth, but I want to be able to just bring her on because she have her thoughts about it. And so with that being said, babe, as a wife of a producer, what has the journey looked like for you? Mm-hmm. And I know that's abroad, but just kind of walk it through, and we kind of fill in the blanks.
Well, I think I would first correct the statement of once I realized it was serious, because for me, I always felt like it was serious. I always felt like, and I think you can testify to that. If I feel like something is worth it, we're going to invest in it. So even when we first, when you first started doing the beats, and I started learning, about what a drum machine was and what you needed to do. Mm-hmm. In a lot of cases, you always the type of person to just work with what I have, and I'm gonna work with it until it falls to pieces. And I look at it like, no, baby, this is what you need to do. Let's get what's gonna work. Let's get what's gonna get the job done. And so, that's the way I've always felt about it. I knew that you were talented. I knew that you definitely, God had given you the gift for it. So, and I know that God can do, wants to do, has done, and has much more to do great things with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is, who you are, who you made to be. So for me as a wife, I'm like, I want us to invest whatever we have to invest in what you're doing. So it's never been an issue of whether or not I felt like it was serious. Mm-hmm. It's never been an issue of how much money you've needed to spend, on equipment, which you need to get. I even, like I said, I always feel like, get the best stuff. Yeah. That's going to do the work. Don't get the little rinky-dink stuff that's going to have you, every few months investing more and more and more and not getting the best quality that you can get. Yeah. I think that it was rocky for us in the beginning. Mm-hmm. Mostly for me, us being a new couple. Yeah. We're trying to get to know each other and stuff. So for me, it was like you had no chill. You know what I'm saying? It's like, especially once after Katrina and we moved to the Vistas, we had two closets in our bedroom. We had a walk-in closet and we had a little small closet. What? And so we were like in our bedroom. So I was like, I'll take the small closet so he can have the walk-in closet and let that be his studio. Yeah. And that again, it was always important to make sure he had what he needed for this. But when I tell you, he would have that little closet rocking all night long if he could, every day, all night long. He just had no chill. And I think that that for me, that was hard because I felt like you needed to know how to balance. Yeah. And that was something that we worked on for a long time. Yeah. I will say that it started getting better quick. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't think it was like something that we really fought about. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of like if I said, you're spending too much time doing that, you're not focusing, you got to balance out. Even if you didn't necessarily agree. You've always been the type to kind of just like, okay, I felt like you felt like our marriage and our family was important enough for you to make adjustments. It's like you kind of was letting us be the gauge. Yeah. If they good with it, I'm good with it.
Hey, if they in the room chilling,
they ain't got no problem with it. Yeah. If they don't have no problem with it, and long as she ain't complaining, I must be good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But then if I start, saying, hey, babe, you need to, you're doing it a bit much now. You need to, then I do see when you kind of check yourself on it.
Yeah.